Okay. Alright, it's Anthony Hart from Bench Critics. I'm here with my co-host, Nate. ROH, we're here, championship game. The season's over, man. It's sad, but we had to pick one winner, and we have one winner was Splash. We're gonna get some comments from Nate, and we're talking about the season, man. Like the most improved player, best player off the bench, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the championship game. Tell you about your championship game.
Not much to really say. I mean, we have an undefeated team, Team Splash. They went out, they dominated. I honestly believe that they were able to lose against Blue Heat, but Blue Heat did not have the full roster with them, so that greatly affected them for them to go against Team Splash. The chemistry on Team Splash is remarkable, and I believe that's what gave them the upper hand to overcome and beat Team Blue Heat.
Yeah, I agree. And what bothers me with Blue Heat is, what bothers me is that it's a championship game. Why is only 5 guys coming out? Right? It's a championship game. The whole team should come out. Your chance to get a title, champagne, cigars, medals, and MVP trophy. But 5 guys show up, they probably thought, oh, because we're such a talented team, we could probably beat them. I think in that sense, you're disrespecting Splash, right? And the silver lining I look at this game is that, yes, Blue Heat lost, but they lost a full roster Splash by 13. I imagine Blue Heat had a full roster, totally different outcome. Did you find any silver lining to the game? Because that's the silver lining I found.
Well, of course. I mean, that is definitely a factor. When your players are tired, and there's so much you can do. Blue Heat's 5 can go against any 5 in the league. They're probably one of the best 5 in the league. Right. It's just that they have no bench unit.
Exactly.
So while they're putting up work, the wear and tear against Splash and Team Splash, they're gonna get tired when the guys come off the bench, right?
Exactly.
I don't know what the dysfunction was at that time, but I think that was a game that was really crucial, and that they should have, been there fully uniformed. That was their guys' chance. I mean, people came out to see that, but Team Splash held it down. But one thing that I did find very remarkable with Blue Heat was the effort. They brought the league down within 6 twice, and that's amazing. I feel that if they were to keep their composure, I know they're tired, and not fight against each other on the court, these guys could have still cut it even close. It just is what it is, All
right, and I'm gonna say something that you said probably in the first video we did together. The pivotal moment was when they brought it down to 6. And if you guys were watching the game, Jordan was out the game, right? Yes, we got Jabron, the best player in the league, who was in the game, but Blue Heat was coming back. We brought it down to 6. And I'll make Nathan say, because he says it best, because I don't know how to say it. Tell me why.
Like I said, the only recipe to beat them was to smite the shepherd, and the sheep will flee, right? But truthfully, the team is too in sync. If one person goes down, they know how to recover. They operate like their body, the anatomy. If there's a cut, there's cells that reach there quickly to patch up that open tire, and that's what Splash has. When Jordan was out injured, guys were still holding it down out on the court. This was a game that they could have lost.
Exactly.
Jabron was playing a good game, but he wasn't playing his best game.
Exactly.
So at the same time, I think Splash took it easy because they realized the opponent is wounded. They realized that the opponent is ready at a very feelable stage. So they had taken it easy and they played with class. And it was an awesome thing to watch them celebrate. I was kind of down. I really did support the Blue Heat, especially for this playoffs. They were a really good team last season as well. my just advice to the captain, Coach D'Angelo. I mean, while you take this time off, you gotta just start working out again, get back into the routine. I know it's just a basketball game, but at the same time, we are men, we're competitive, so
exactly.
You want to be able to keep that competitive edge. Same thing for you, Kobe. You got to get back in the game. Just if you know that basketball is something that you like doing, just be as competitive as possible. Because there's still bragging rights. There's still things that are gotta go around. I mean,
I think that's enough motivation as it seems.
What blows my mind? Sorry, this guy, he plays for another 2 other leagues or 3 other leagues, and each league that he played for, he won. And that is a heart of a winner. That's a heart of a champion. And I said it a couple videos ago. Don't crown him, right? But at this time you gotta crown the guy. He proved himself. Mm-hmm. He plays with class. He's very respectful to the refs. He's gifted all around, and I wish him the best of luck on his journeys. I think he deserves to play in a higher level of basketball in Canada, some kind of pro league or so. Mm-hmm. So Jabron, that's my my words to you. Just keep on doing what you're doing. You're not only an inspiration on the court, but off the court with your family, with your son. You keep a very positive vibe. So we also pay attention to those things, and keep being the best you can be, and supportive to the family.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%. Jabron, yeah, class act, and it's just a player. If you want to become a player, and if you're a person that hasn't played ball, and you want to look to someone as a player how to act on the court and off the court, Jabron is a perfect example to be so. Right? Yes, he's a quiet guy, but like I said, his game speaks for itself, like Nathan said many times. And Jabron, man, salute to you, man. And like I said, they say you are from the States, boy. Like I said, right now it look like you're taking Canada over, man. You're just winning everything, right? Because he works on his game and he really takes the time and effort to become a better player every day. Now, I'm asking one question this season for Splash. We knew halfway after the Blue Heat, the first matchup, they were undefeated. Did you ever think they were going to go finish the season undefeated?
Absolutely not. There's no way I think they would have finished the season undefeated, but it happened, right? Like I said, when a man reaches a certain persuasion in his mind, it'll be hard to stop him. But the scary thing is, his whole team was persuaded. These guys were all persuaded, and that's what the Cleveland Cavaliers need right now, some persuasion. Mm-hmm. LeBron can't do it himself kind of thing. So the whole team believed in himself. Even the guy that couldn't even shoot or do anything believed. And I think there's a real power behind belief, within oneself and as a collective body, and that's what happened. They believed in themselves. Guys were hitting big shots, mm-hmm. Guys were grabbing rebounds, and they're very, very, very supportive on the defensive end. If one of their players, lost the ball or so, they would say it's all right, get back up, or they'll chant defense from the bench. Team Splash came in here with an agenda to execute, and they did more than execute. They beat every single team. Every damn team in the league.
Exactly.
Beat. So honestly, none of you guys can say nothing to these guys. See these guys on the road, don't even talk ball because they're undefeated, right?
Exactly.
There's not much you can say. They earned it. They played out. Jordan played out really well, and I think the key to his success and his team, everybody is born with gifts in this world, and one of Jordan's gifts, he's very charismatic. He has the ability to magnate people to come close to him. And, I don't know if he understands that or knows that about himself. So with that kind of persuasion and energy, you got to also be careful, right? You're also a role model to a lot of people. You got to be careful how you conduct yourself, even on the road. You just got this personality that people are drawn to you. Exactly. And I think that, when you brought that to the court, your team you guys lit it up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, you're exactly right. Splash, there's nothing bad to say about them, right? They're the champions, and like I said, you can't even talk ball to them, right? Because they're undefeated, and at the end of the day, you might come off from them as cocky or confident, but we're undefeated, no one beat us. There's nothing more to say to them, right? There's nothing you can say to them, right? Now, I want to go in a segment where we're just talking about kind of like little player awards for the season. That means MVP, we all know, obviously Jabron got it. If you had to pick the the sixth man, the best player off the bench for this year, who would you give it to?
In the league?
Yes, in the league.
Man, that hands down, I'll give it to Denzel on Splash. If anything, he was also an MVP candidate.
Exactly.
Putting up heavy numbers, nowhere close to being selfish with the basketball. Very good player, good old attitude, great role model. That guy is special. If I was to give a six-man award, I would give it to him personally.
And I agree, man. This guy, amazing shooter, amazing three-point shooter. Like I said, he has confidence too. Like, right, he might be considered a third option on the team, but on most things, he'd probably be the first option, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of teams should pursue or try to take him out of Splash. But Splash, I think that team will stay in contact because the chemistry, the way they are built. Yeah, Denzel is very special because, believe it or not, he was actually right for the Finals MVP. Until Jabron, it's just like, let me take this game over. I'm gonna take this game in my hands, right? Defensive Player of the Year.
That's not even questionable, man. That goes to Kadeem Harris for Showtime. That guy's a special player. He grabs rebounds, contributes to blocks, steals. He's all around.
Exactly.
His game is kind of funny because he may look like a big man, but he actually has the ability to transform his game into like a wing player. If he took the game serious, he's really good. I would give the defensive award to him.
I 100% agree again, right? Just because I think he's the only player in the league, only big man that will go on the perimeter and try to block shots. And I've seen the game he blocked 3 shots from perimeter. Like, sometimes you see that in an NBA game where you've seen the big man go up to the perimeter and block 3. That means Kadeem, like I said, he can guard guards. I assume he can guard guards and guard big men and be successful at both. That's why I'll give it to Kadeem. Defensive player, 6 man. Most improved player. I can't speak on this because I wasn't there last season. From you, who do you think improved the most that you've seen?
From last season till now?
Yeah.
You see, it's a league, so people rotate out. Not everyone from last season came in.
Right.
But I would give most improved to probably Malcolm Jones. Junior Malcolm. My apologies. For Inferno, the reason what I give to him is it's not even only for his skill set on the court, but attitude towards the game. I found last season he was like a cancer to his team personally. I felt that he was a person that caused a lot of issues on his team, but this season he seemed to mature in so many ways, and giving chances, sitting up, giving guys to play, not fighting with no one. That's in his maturity. He has grown a lot, so I would give the most improved player to Junior Malcolm.
Okay.
Number 21, I think is his jersey.
Yeah, I think he's an amazing shooter, amazing player. And like I said, sometimes a leader, sometimes you just kind of have to take the reduced role, even though you might be in favor of it, so other players can shine and be. And like I said, as a leader, some people look up to you, and I think that's great for a friend because a friend needs a leader, right? And like I said, you did lost one of your players, one of your better players, went overseas, but you took that leadership role. And like in the game against Splash, he didn't play a lot of minutes, but you did sacrifice some of your minutes for other people to play, right? And I give huge respect for you, right? Now, those are the player awards we have. Now my question is for Blue Heat. My question is for Blue Heat. What does Blue Heat have to do to come back to rebound better for next season?
I don't even want to talk about Blue Heat right now. It's not even a matter of disrespect or anything. They know what they need to do.
Exactly.
These guys are I'm talking about high caliber players, and they know when these guys play for Heart Lake, Father Henry Carr. Some of these guys, D'Angelo, Kristoff, especially Kobe. All these guys play for big schools. You know what I mean? Buck. All these guys were the guys in their prime, right? So it doesn't really matter, who you are in your now. Right, I mean in your prime, but that's who you are now, and you know what you need to do to bounce back next season. But I want to kind of steer the boat to a different kind of direction. I want to have that what if, could have, or what do you think kind of conversation right now. And I think it would have been a totally different ball game if Inferno was in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to go to that actually. I was going to ask you, what's the game of the year? And honestly, the best two games to me was Inferno and Splash. Right? And well, obviously the first game is that they were up by 20 and they lost to Splash. The second and the playoff game, they went toe-to-toe with Splash. Yes, they never had the lead, but Splash, they were wrong with that game. They could have lost that game, right? Yeah, man. Awesome.
What do you think if they were to play in the finals with Team Splash? Do you think that they would have had a chance to beat them now?
Of course. We're gonna say of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Of course. Yeah. No doubt. 100%. Yes. I'm not saying they're gonna beat them.
That's my question.
Oh, will they beat them? See.
All that, of course.
Oh wait. Okay. Let me say this first. People are forgetting that for Inferno probably the hardest matchup against Splash because Inferno has scores. Inferno has players. Inferno, they got talent. That's why they can go toe-to-toe with Splash, right? But the problem with Inferno, I'm gonna say it. I've been saying it all year. They're not mentally tough, right? And when going goes tough, they falter.
Okay.
When going goes up, they're all cocky. They think game's over. But no, that's what happened when they lost by 20. When they're up by 20 against Splash, they thought the game was over. No, you gotta continue playing that way, right? Can they beat them? Come on, they went 3 close games. That means they have the chance to beat them. But will they beat them? We got them next year.
You could have. They just don't know how to utilize their pieces. It's like a game of chess. You don't use your rook, your bishop, neither your queen on the first possessions. You use the pawns, and I feel that they lack the intelligence in terms of how to utilize the team, and that's why it caused them a lot of problems in the long run.
Mm-hmm. So
you guys gotta know how to drive the stick shift. You gotta know how to shift gears properly. Don't burn up the clutch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You guys are a dangerous team. You guys have more than what it takes to win a chip in the season in the league. However, one team I say you better look up for next season is Gators if they're with Stern. That team is probably the most toughest team out there, man. All they need is that Kevin Durant player. I know people are not a fan of Kevin Durant. Matter of fact, let me speak on that. You call him a snake because he left the team, whatever. But let me tell you what snakes do. Snakes eat rats, and people don't like rats. Rats are snitches, so you better give some dividends.
I agree.
So I agree. They need a predominant scorer, someone that can take on a load. Someone like a Jabron and a Denzel on that team. That team's gonna win, right? So I really do look up for next season. I think it's going to be wild. I think a lot of guys are coming out. It's going to be a lot more talent. It's going to be very chippy, And,
exactly.
I know Team Splash is coming back. Do you think they're going to repeat?
Like I said, if they have the same team, and I think the key is the 2 things it comes down to is...
Are they going to repeat?
I got to get to my point. I got to break it down, you know what I'm saying? I got to repeat. They will with these 2 things. 1, he has to come back, right? 2 is, like I said, goes back to the Jordan thing. If the team reaches confidence and they're all confident on each other, they will repeat. But who knows? They could lose a couple games next season, but still be the champion, right? But it's going to take a lot for someone to beat Splash. And I've said this many times with Splash is that when they're down, they're still confident, right? And they're probably the only team, I think them and probably Gators, you could correct me if I'm wrong, that when something messes up, they reach they're never down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're never getting at their teammates. I see them really get at their teammates. Inferno does it every game they do it, right? And they quit on their team. You never see that against Splash or Gators. I've seen it Showtime many times, but when it comes to Splash and Gators, I don't see that from them, right?
They're not repeating next season. There's no way repeating.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen is that the very fact that, because you guys are returning, people are coming back with vengeance. Unless you guys stick on your game and P's and Q's, you know what I mean, and still keep your guys' chemistry going.
Right.
But be aware and be very, very, very aware that, you know, there's a lot of guys that want to eat your food now. There's a lot of people that want to take care of business out there.
Exactly.
And you know what? That's good. You know, that's commendable. But I don't think they're going to repeat next season. If they do, then damn, I don't even know. But I doubt it.
We're going to call it Splash.
This is the second season of ROH. Team Splash won it last season, but it was a whole different roster under a whole different government. If Team Splash wins it 3 times this season, there's something. There has to do something with Team Splash. I think that, you know, the name Team Splash is something special. I don't know.
For real.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, keep your eyes open. You know, they won it. I give them the respect. They're the only team to do that in the league so far, and there's many more seasons to come. But they're undefeated in the season and undefeated in the playoffs, and they're the champions. Congratulations, guys! Congratulations, Jordan, and huge shout out. I hope to see you guys next season. Sit back, enjoy your champagne and cigars, and you know, laugh a little while, but. Beware, man. Beware that that teams are hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm gonna follow with the point. What he said with his point. It's like when Golden State won. Whenever champion wins, they will do anything in their power to make sure you guys lose. Right? Like when Golden State won 73-9. Right? Like yes, they are the best team, but team are giving their best shot to make sure you lose. And that's what happened, right? Going to the season, all to the finals against Cleveland, right? Golden State were the better team. They are the better team, but just because they were the most popular team, they were the champions. Cleveland just came in. It's like, nah, man, we ain't having that. And LeBron, so we all know the rest is history. But you're in any sport that's gonna happen. You're gonna get the best from the worst team. You're gonna get the best out of them. Right? And like I said, I do hope to see maybe you guys come back to return. Like I said, we will post up the registration when we do start back again. And like I said, yes, we had 8 teams. I'm hoping to get to 16, 32. We might have like a whole tournament, like 60, like it's the World Cup or something, 64.
Take it easy.
We gotta take it easy, man.
You're taking too much sugar in your system. Listen here. Just follow my boy Anthony at Betch Credits on Instagram. Follow him. He gives you daily information when it comes to sports. He's a very diverse in many categories. Follow us at Region of Hoops on Instagram. We appreciate the support. Our slogan is to impact communities and change lives, and I believe that's what we have done this season. It's not only just have guys to play basketball, but to inspire people to play the game. And what basketball does, it brings a culture, a diversity of people to a game, and trade off numbers, friendships, and it builds long-lasting relationships. The last thing I just want to leave with you, and I want to leave a word of wisdom. Time is something that we can never take back, and I know that a lot of people hear that. So if you're ever thinking of playing in ROH, don't waste your time. Come and play. So what I'm trying to say is, you never know in time that who you're going to meet. You're not going to be the same in another 2 years. Your body goes through changes. You might, end up with a sickness or something, God forbid. But the beauty of timing is that you might meet someone along the way. You might build a new friendship and whatnot. So come out to Regional Hoops, impact the community with us, change lives with us, and let's do something very special for the city of Brampton and for Canada on the whole. Yeah.
Yo, Regional Hoops.